These are my magic pancakes. And I literally created this recipe for my kids because to get them to eat oatmeal, I basically had to make it candy with a bunch of cream and butter and brown sugar. And, at that point, it's like, what are we doing here? So I made these pancakes. They're filled with oatmeal. They're sweetened with banana. They've got eggs and a little yogurt in here for protein and to make you feel full. But they're still totally delicious. Your kids will love them. I mashed a banana as ripe as possible before it goes bad. So it's really sweet and punchy in here. I take it all the way. I've got rolled oats, great for lots of fiber. Again, some really filling, healthy carbs here at the start of your day. Because I got to dial back the breakfast boredom. I'm not talking about egg white frittatas here. We're going for pancakes to start your healthy day off. Just because it's me. We got to do it this way. Then I also used oat flour in here. And this is a great staple that I have in my pantry. And you can make it just by taking your gluten-free rolled oats that you'd make oatmeal from and just pulverizing them in your blender. You get a great oat flour out of that. Baking soda, salt in here. In my wet mix, I'm going to have 4 eggs. And again, I'm using whole eggs because I personally believe that when I'm hungry, I'm a miserable person and I'm busy. So if I'm going to take a chance to eat a meal and make something delicious to eat, I got to feel full at the end of it. I can't be scrounging for another meal 2 hours later. So I've got my 4 whole eggs. I've got some whole milk yogurt also, which I love as the binder and juiciness.
Oh, I love the tang of that.
And it's sort of, giving that implication of like the buttermilk pancake situation that we love. I added a little vanilla extract and some melted coconut oil. And I got to tell you, that is the key to making sure that even with all the fiber of this pancake, all the protein of this pancake, all that goodness that's going to fill you up, these still feel light and airy and fluffy and delicious. I'm going to pour these 2 together, a little dry, a little wet. Magic. And going in with just a tiny bit of coconut oil into our hot pan to get that ready for us. But I was saying, I think the barrier to entry of, a lot of us who would decide to take a little bit of a healthy turn every once in a while is it does feel like that secondary job that none of us need. And I have to say, the recipes in this book, I spent about 5 years writing this book because I really wanted to dive in and make sure these were recipes I would crave over and over again. They were simple enough, I would make them over and over again. They were exotic enough that they didn't feel redundant to things I'd made 100 times before. So I really hope that it does take down any of those obstacles to taking good care of yourself.
There's very few guests over the years, Daphne, that bring up the obstacles to what they're trying to talk about.
I'm so glad you say that. And I think this is something you've always done beautifully. You create that space for conversation. And that is what food is about. It's that connection. It's that joy. It's that meeting place in your day. And it creates the space for conversations that we do want to have because we're learning from each other and we're constantly asking those questions and being a part of that community, which is just one of many things that I do love about being in this wonderful world of food. I dropped the pancakes in while we were chatting, and you already know this tip, but for everybody at home who's looking to nail the perfect pancake, the way you'll know when you want to flip it, the bubbles, we got to wait for them to rise to the top. And when there's a bunch on the top and they all start popping, that's when you'll know the underside is lovely and golden brown, perfectly cooked. And then the gentle flip. I feel like I may have learned this from you, Rachel, actually. That, sometimes you get in there and you want to be a big chef and you want to flip the pancakes high and flop them back down. And that just squishes all the air out of your light, fluffy, beautiful pancakes. So don't flip them high, flip them low, be gentle with your pancakes. I have some already done here it cooks about 2 to 3 minutes on the first side. You flip them, cook them again. They come out looking light and beautiful like so. And I got to tell you, you know me, I care about flavor first and foremost. I had to make sure that these pancakes were kid approved, obviously a very important feature, but also that I was going to enjoy eating them. I didn't want dense, heavy, leaden situations. I wanted light, airy delightfulness. So when I eat them for my kids, they like a little maple syrup on them, or I use this date syrup that I have in front of me here. And I'll add a little date syrup into the batter if I want to sweeten it up, if your banana isn't that sweet, for instance. But I honestly, like a little bit, it goes a long way with this wonderful date syrup here. It's nice and malty, just a little bit sweet.
This is the latest accomplishment of our dear friend Daphne Oz. The book is on stands now. We love you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I love getting to see you. I love getting to share with you, and always one of my favorites to have delicious bites with. Thank you so much.